How's it going, everybody? This video is going to be covering chapter 14, which is mental illness and abnormal behavior in a society where everything has to be tolerated to a certain degree, no matter what it is. We look at mental illness and abnormal behavior a little bit differently than previously back in the day. For example, back in the day, they might even stone you or hang you because they believe you could be possessed by a demon, or there could be some form of exorcism done to you just because they think that there's something wrong with you to a demonic level. They had no real understanding of the brain like we do now. So things were handled very differently, and people were killed because of these mental illnesses that I'll be covering today. For this first scenario, we're going to be looking at someone that has anxiety, and the main symptom of that is that they're not eating, they're not hungry, they're kind of just feeling a little bit down. The treatment for something kind of like that would just be to talk to someone, talk to a therapist, a friend, normalize your eating patterns, figure out that something that works for you, find out that you don't have to not eat just because you're feeling kind of down. And you may think that you're not hungry, but it's really just that you're so stressed and anxious about your situation and what's going on in your life right now that you're just putting that to the back of your head.
Yeah, you want something to eat?
Dude, not really. I've been super stressed.
What about?
Dude, I can't find a job. I don't know what I'm gonna do with my family. I got bills to pay and stuff.
Dude, stop being so stressed and just eat.
I just haven't been hungry. I've been thinking about it so much I can't even sleep at night.
Well, if you weren't so stressed, then maybe you could eat.
Yeah, maybe. I guess I just gotta figure out what to do, man.
Alright. Well, maybe you should talk to someone about it.
Yeah, maybe you're right, man.
And then
for this next example, we're going to be using PTSD, or post-traumatic stress disorder. Some signs of that would be, for example, someone that just came back from serving in the military. Obviously, it's a very stressful situation. You're getting shot at. Unspeakable things are happening to you. So that could be like a life-threatening event, or it could be something in the civilian world, like if you got kidnapped or carjacked or something like that. These are all things that can stay in your mind for a long time, and they can really mess with your mental state. For example, you might find someone with PTSD having a flashback. That could be due to a certain sound, or like a trigger, like a bright flashing light, or like fireworks, or a helicopter flying over. Things like this can all trigger a flashback, where you might find someone in a kind of trance-like state, just staring off into the distance, and you may think that they're just sitting there staring, zoning out, but in reality they could be really going through something that's very, very traumatic. Some of the main treatments for PTSD would be something like therapy, or cognitive processing therapy, or stress inoculation training, which is where they put you in a situation that would stress out your mind to help prevent flashbacks or something like that, or a trigger from happening in your day-to-day life. Or as a last resort, there's also medications that can be prescribed. That demonstration is what it could look like if someone who has PTSD had an attack and or they heard something that was triggering their PTSD. In that example, it would be an airsoft gun going off, could be triggering flashbacks from a traumatic event. It could be like a robbery or something where there was shots fired, or it could be in a veteran. It could be a a stressful situation of war, even. For this next example, we're going to be going over someone with a bipolar disorder. So some symptoms of that would be like a decreased need for sleep, restless and agitation. One of the main ones though is withdrawal from family, friends, and activities. So you might see someone with a bipolar disorder just kind of wall themselves off in their room, not really leave their house, just being sad. They're usually preoccupied with death and thoughts of suicide. And every once in a while, they might have some acts of overconfidence and impulsiveness, which could in turn get them into trouble. The treatment for bipolar disorder is a little different from something that you would normally treat with like therapy. Obviously, there is therapy for people with bipolar disorder. They can go talk to a therapist, get advice on how to live their lives and try to better themselves. But it says that the main form of treatment for someone with bipolar disorder is like an antidepressant or something of that nature, some form of medicine.
Yeah, you want to hang out? I haven't seen you in like forever. Like,
Dude, honestly, man, not really. I'm not gonna lie, I haven't really been feeling like myself lately, you know, just dealing with a bunch of stuff. I haven't really been going out, seeing family or friends or anything. I don't know, I can't really think clearly, and it's just been a rough time.
all right, dude. I understand. All right, have a good one.
Peace, man. For this next topic, I'm going to be covering body dysmorphic disorder. This is a disorder where people believe that a specific part in their body is severely flawed. This is something that mainly occurs with people who, like in the working out scene, where someone went from being overweight or really skinny and they're working out to try to get to this goal or look like this person that they see on social media. And no matter what they look like, even if they've made so much progress, they still see the same person that they were before they started this transformation.
Oh, dude, what are you doing?
Dude, I've been trying to lift, like, I'm too skinny. I'm trying to look like Bradley Martin. Like how he has those big, like, defined arms and stuff, but, like, I've been lifting every day, dude. I just feel like I'm going nowhere. So some ways to help treat body dysmorphic disorder. You could do some things as simple as, like, writing in a journal. Write about what you did today, what you ate, your calorie intake, just stuff like that. Write about how you're feeling too. Like, today I'm feeling good about myself. Today I'm not feeling so good. Don't isolate yourself. There's people you can talk to. Go to a support group. Talk to your friends. Talk to other people. Make sure you take care of yourself, because the more you just kill yourself every day, you're not going to see the same results. And make sure to stay focused on your goals too. People with body dysmorphic disorder, they see themselves and they see that they think they're not making any progress, and so they might just give up. And if they give up, they're just feeding into that disorder even more. So just to kind of recap everything that we went over in this video, the big thing with mental illness is that we can't get rid of it, we can't prevent it. It happens everywhere. It could happen to anyone. It could happen to me, it could happen to you, it could happen to anybody. So the biggest thing is how we're treating it now. The one thing that's really big is talk therapy. I've seen in my research that talk therapy is used for pretty much every single type of mental disorder or abnormal activity. Anything you can think of, there's some sort of therapist, there's some sort of talk therapy that can be used to help kind of better that person's day-to-day life. Now, it can't replace everything. There's obviously the medicinal side that can also help, like antidepressants and stuff like that. So talk therapy is obviously the most holistic way to try to deal with these mental disorders. And along with these medications and different treatments and techniques, mental illness is definitely something that's looked upon in a lighter way nowadays because we have these measures to treat it so people can live a semi-normal lifestyle.